I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing.
That's how you know somebody doesn't respect you. They listen to reply, not to be understood. They cut you off. They minimize what actually matters to you. They laugh at your boundaries, and then they call you sensitive when you try to hold the line. They show up late. They cancel last minute. Forget the things you've told them, because in their world, your time, your energy, even your voice aren't a priority. They're just an option. You see, there are two kinds of people. Those who adjust when they realize they've actually hurt you, and those who expect you to adjust so they don't have to change. You don't need to be disrespected loudly to be disrespected deeply. Sometimes you'll see it. It's just in their tone, in their patterns, in the silence after you're known. Respect isn't what they say when they're watching. It's how they act when they think you'll tolerate it.
Mantra, slave song, slave ship, rip skin, maybe rip bones. But no matter how close I am, my ancestors speak. They tell me they're tired as a friend on a slack where weak I haven't been getting sleep. Long in this sing until I surpass peak. Until they think we are equal, please. All I want is peace. My ancestors beat drums until their bones would bleed. Begging the generations remember our story.
What up? What up? Peace, blessings, glory, praise, and honor. Happy Thursday. Hope all is well with you. Shout out to my poets, writers, content creators, producers, musicians, painters, dancers, choreographers. Much love, much love, much love. You see the title. Yes, I have the clip. Yeah, you know what's about to go down. We gotta have a conversation. Let me get this straight. I thought I had this set up. Apparently I didn't. So let me send this out. I should have double checked this. Some stuff I see posted online, and it's hard for me to believe that there's any validity to it. I've gotten to the point where I think everything is specifically set up to scare people. And I don't know. A lot of the crimes that I'm seeing posted, it just seems so freaking ridiculous, you know. In any case, I got Sarah in the studio. I'm gonna bring her up. I'm gonna let this woman get her bars off, and we're gonna chat. Sarah, what's up? Hold on, I thought I brought this up.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you? Happy
I'm good.
Thursday.
Likewise, likewise. Yeah, it's another one, and I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna let the clip play, and we just gonna go from there. How you feeling today, though? Gotcha. All right. Let me go ahead and play this.
We are now learning the possible motive in the murder of a suburban Amazon worker. Prosecutors say that the DoorDash driver accused in this murder did it because he made fun of his height. Dylan Perkins was shot to death Sunday night while taking a break outside of the Amazon fulfillment center in Madison. According to prosecutors, Perkins got into an altercation with 33-year-old Devontae Hodge, who was delivering food to that facility. Investigators say Hodge shot Perkins and took off, but later turned himself into police on Tuesday. Hodge is now being held and charged with murder. We are now learning the possible motive.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah. Just, yeah.
I didn't hear motive.
Oh, no. I'm just trying to. Okay, this has gone way too far now. Beyond way too far. Like, yeah. Yeah, you just, yeah, I have to mute up because I'm trying to kind of process it and, digress. So, yeah.
You get tired of seeing it over and over and over again. Like, I don't even know where to begin. I'm tired of the black on black. I'm tired of people not being able to control their attitudes and their feelings and emotions. I'm tired of people blowing up over the most ridiculous things. I'm sick of scrolling my timeline and seeing stories like this, and people are just trying to make it home at the end of the day. We're just trying to do our job and keep it pushing. But it's always that one person. It's always that one that has to take it above and beyond. What would be the cause for that? What could a person possibly say to you that would trigger you that much that you would take their life?
That's my thoughts. Like, a simple guy doing his job cause death. Like, as I said, you know me. I have a lot to say, and I'm always a big talker. But I just can't, not with this. You know what I mean? Because this poor guy, like, it's just, what is going through your mind? Like, what extreme? There's some fucked up issues that right there and then. Sorry, I can't. I'm ready, but not ready. Anything with death, anything with like family, or anything with children, anything with animals, it strikes. It just hits a nerve that I can't. I go into recluse mode because I didn't care what you're going through in your life and what's happening and all that kind of stuff. To go out of your way to kill someone, or to go out of your way for some whatever malicious, horrible act, you can't bounce back for that. You can't come back from that. No, that's no. Like, we are in a world and we're in a society. Life is hard no matter where we are, what we're doing, how we are, in whatever phases and stages in your life. Learn to be fucking kind. Remember Ellen, when she always ended her show, be kind to one another. That stuck with me. And I didn't understand until I got my ass. Obviously, I've traveled to the UK and obviously now I'm in the US. But it's just like, and I'm glad you said about, I don't want to go down there, but we're going to. The color of your skin. When that was told to me, like I said, when I first got out here, I go, what are you talking about? I remember this, wonderful man, and I still remember his name. His name was Pharaoh. I go, ooh, because that kind of a name you don't forget. And obviously, I go, Pharaoh. I go, and I said, look, I'm Egyptian. So we had this amazing talk, kept in contact. He goes, look, I've got to explain this to you. I go, what? He goes, what is this? He goes, look, being in the States, unfortunately, the first thing they look is the color of your skin. And I was like, what are you talking about? You know what I mean? I'm just kind of like, and that stuck with me. And this is what's striking me a nerve right now. This poor gentleman, this poor man. And what justice is going to be served? That's what I want to know. What justice? Oof.
You taking a break, someone pulls up. What does the conversation reflect? What exchange happens between you and this other person that takes it to such a degree where you feel like your life is in danger? Because that's my question. Did you feel like your life was in danger? Or was your ego bruised? You feel like you had, or you
That's
like
retaliation.
like did you feel like you had to prove something because you didn't like what was said to you? And I'm noticing with stories like this, they always tend to come back to you didn't like what a person said. You didn't like that they screamed or yelled at you. Every story that involved a restaurant, a fast food place, resulted in somebody losing their life over words, over disagreements. I think we have some of the most sensitive adults and the most improperly raised adults in history. My generation failed to raise these people properly because it's no way, it's no way in the world that y'all should be out here just loose cannons like that. There's no excuse to me. Unless you really felt like it was you or the other person and you had to make a swift decision, I don't see any avenue where you gun down somebody.
And I'm glad you are aware and you brought this up. It's interesting from generation to generation. I find that the internet, social media have actually softened people. It's not allowing them to be resourceful, not allow them to even think outside the box. That's what I've noticed.
What can you elaborate a little bit on that when you say
Yeah,
think
okay.
outside? When you say think outside the box, what you like? What are you referencing?
Okay, so for example, this new generation, or everything is all social media based. They have to see it on something on socials in order for it to be like supposedly gospel. I know it sounds crazy, but I'm like observing and I'm watching and I'm just like, no, figure it out yourself. Like, okay, you have a problem, you have a situation, figure something out. Like, don't just kind of, okay, let me just find on socials, or if it's not on TikTok, and I'm just like, no, please, like, we are in a place and a stage, we have so much resources. I know sometimes it can be hard to get. I really do. Sometimes it's not as easy as what they say it to be. But for example, like my survival jobs, many survival jobs. And I've had conversations with different, colleagues, work colleagues, and blah, blah, blah. And like, for example, okay, do you know how to change a flat tire? Okay, you do. As I said, I know how to check the oil. I know how to put air in my tires. That's something I grew up on. But then again, I stuck with it. You know what I mean? Even when I go to I call it Costco. I know the guys at the tire place. We have a good conversation. Even the guys at the petrol station or the gas. Hey, how's it going? And they see me and they go, you know how to put air in your tires? Yeah. But you're a female. Okay. So simple things like that. And I've even had conversations with the guys at my jobs. They go, no, I don't know how to do it. I go, what do you mean? They go, oh, that's AAA. That's not the point. It's a simple thing.
Right.
Like little things like that. Just little things.
Yeah. I don't know. One is a DoorDash driver. The other is an Amazon worker. I'm still trying to wrap my mind around why people feel like they have the right to take somebody's life because they're angry.
But that's the thing. They have no right. You know what I mean? They have no right. That's a big no-no. You're like, I don't care what you do, who you are, in whatever jobs. You don't take another living soul for whatever reasons. I don't care if you got anger issues. Hey, it's called escape rooms. Go for a run. You know what I mean? Go to the beach. Do something. Take a whole heap of drugs. Do something. Don't take it out on another living soul. It's inexcusable.
Exactly.
It's just
all of it.
like, and I like it how when you don't know what's going on through people's mind or what's happening in their lives, it's just like Amazon driver, a DoorDash, Why do they get looked down upon? Even when I worked at the theater in Beverly Hills, I was told that was a good shit job. I'm like, what the hell? It's a job's a job at the same time. And it's interesting you said that because, I love threads. And there was something came up or like, don't destroy someone's livelihood. Like, don't sabotage someone's livelihood for whatever reason or ego and my comment was like rebuke all evil. It's just wrong. It is wrong on so many levels. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, things like this, it's just, you can't explain, you can't justify it. There's no real explanation. It's sad. It's sad where I don't want to say society, because I think it's a case by case. But this poor gentleman, you know what I mean? The driver was killed. Like what okay, what time was it? What hours of the night? I know sounds crazy. I know here in La La Land, when the sun goes down, I don't know what the hell goes on, but the demons come out. My ass is home. You know what I mean? I don't know what it is. I used to like go out and do the happy hours and I want to talk to people and, be social. Once that sun's out, done. I can do my own happy hour at home. I can't do it anymore. It's just, there's some dark, demonic it just comes out. And when I see the police, I don't know about you, when I see police circling, get your ass home. That's my two indications. Hey, that's it. You've had your party time. You've been and done and dusted. And it's funny though how stopped, or I'm more aware, my life has been a lot calmer. I don't know what it is. So yeah. But anyway, that's just this evilness that come out at night.
Now, people have been raised on social media so bad. Like, you listening to this music, you watching these movies and these programs, and it's really like desensitizing you to the extent to where you don't realize your brain is being rewired to be something that is being portrayed in front of you as violent or overly sexual or devoid of any type of spiritual presence of righteousness or any of that. People will say the music don't do anything to you, or they'll say culture doesn't matter. But every time I look at these uploads, I think, where did this come from? Because if I told y'all, and I did maybe a 20-minute reaction video of brothers and sisters doing something positive where they would have a disagreement and they would dismantle the disagreement in an opposite way that you normally would see it, with guns, violence, murder, and all that, y'all wouldn't want to pay that no attention. It's like you live and you feed and fiend for drama. But there's plenty of content out here where you'll see a black man or a woman or you'll see them find other avenues to debilitate negativity, but you don't see that get posted a lot. The point that I'm trying to make is this young man lost his life over something stupid. The exchange between them couldn't have been that serious. Can't convince me it was. And a lot of it, to me, is because they have adopted ideologies that are born of wickedness. You spoke about dark clouds hovering over California. Well, I think dark clouds, and I think the demonic presence is way more, what's the word I'm looking for? It's way more in your face than people think it is. And you can tell by the body language, how people communicate, how they think, how they talk, how they walk, how they respond, how they get in and out of the house, how they deal with their family. Y'all don't want to talk about the spiritual stuff. I got to. I got a purpose. I got a calling. And you know it's bad when you are willing to pull a gun out on me, or you're willing to assault somebody over words. And y'all talk about how mature you are and how grown you are, but the second somebody says something that you don't like, you're ready to risk your entire life over it. You're willing to go to jail, lose your job, be cut off from your family and friends. You act like you got 1 million lives that you can live. Oh, if I go to jail for 60 years, I guess I can restart over and be resurrected again. Then I can do it again. No, you don't really get to do that at all. You just forfeit a large chunk of your days. Then when you get out, if you go to jail and survive in jail, you're not the same person you was before you left and come back out. Or you get shot down at a young age, you don't even get to see what your potential could have been, all because what?
And I'm glad you said that about the spiritual side of things. Interesting that you said or brought this up is I couple of weeks back was a couple no last week couple of weeks anyway I'm on this list, obviously was for housing, and these are brand new apartments. I thought, oh, brand new apartments, awesomeness. And I could see the difference of, because you had to be on an email list who weren't you on an email list. And I thank God I got on it, like I'm on it, blah, blah, blah. And I had this conversation with this lady. She was a Jamaican lady, or she's from Boston. And obviously they see me wear my SAG shirt. And she was saying, a lot of people that are in the entertainment, there's a lot of demons and darkness, and it comes from their level of spirituality. And I kind of looked at her and I went, she has a point. And she wanted to get into a little deeper and darker. Thank God. I was like, no, I'm not having this kind of conversation because I don't know where it's going to end up. You know what I mean? Like, I love having these kind of conversations, but not with a random stranger, and especially in LA, because people just fucking flip the switch, just like. And then I just thought to myself, yeah, I already known this. I can feel it. I can feel this heaviness, this darkness. But as I said, this poor gentleman, so what? What is he 20? Do you know the age of him? Is he 26? Or how is he young? Obviously, he's a young guy. You know what I mean? And look, I want to be in the courtroom. I want to hear what the judge has to say. You know what I mean? I want to see where their head's at. You know what I mean? What justification? What is it that you're doing that is putting a stop to this? You're in the matter of the court. You're in the law. The law's in your hand. You're taking an oath. Where's your headspace? That's what I like to know. How fucked up are you as an individual? Are you doing things the right way? Or is it because you have so much power, it's turned into control? And then you see, I'm going to go there, a black man. Oh, another case done. Stamp. Next. I don't know. I'm sorry. I want to know their headspace. I want to know their level. What are they bringing to the table? What's their justification? Is it just another case to them?
I think it's just another case to them.
Yeah. That's why I brought it up. It's upsetting. This is a living soul. No one has the right. Yeah, it just it fathers me, day by day. In a sense of, where's the remorse? That's what I like to know. Where's the remorse in this? I will fly myself out there. You know what I mean? Because I want to sit in these court cases. You know what I mean? Because I know each state is different. Each law is different. I'm just looking, on June, is it 28? So that's quite recent. A DoorDash driver allegedly shot and killed a 26-year-old Amazon contract worker outside an Amazon fulfillment center. And the prosecutor will say fatal shooting was sparked by joking comments. How do you joke on something like that? How? This is a serious matter. All jokes aside,
I thought the caption was bullshit, but apparently it started over him being called short or some shit like that. Yeah,
Yeah, I just, yeah. As I said, my mind and my head, there's things that it just can't compute. It just can't it can't register with this kind of level of just don't give a shit. That's all it is at the end of the day. And I'm just like, and you're allowing this to continue. When is this gonna stop? That's what I like to know. We need to put a stop to this, like, not now, yesterday.
it's not really the judge that's the problem here for me. It's the people.
Yeah, that one too. Yeah.
I mean, because yeah, the judge is flawed, the judicial system is flawed, but y'all really out here crashing out over someone roasting you or someone stepping on your shoe. I seen the caption for this. I was like, nah, this ain't no fucking way. You killed this man because he called you short or he made jokes about your height. But then I like you just really be honest with y'all. So a lot of people have been harmed or put in danger over the stupidest stuff. That's what this is about for me. It's about the people. Like y'all mental health got to be off. Your spiritual health got to be off. You know you have a problem when you can't walk away from something that should be easy. Oh, you weak. You not a man. You let them talk to you like that. Shut up. Oh, you a coward. You this, that, and third. And it's that same shit right there. That's what I got a problem with. It's that. You clown people and attack them for wanting to turn the other cheek. Y'all think that eye for an eye is the answer for everything. The only one that's profiting off of it is the funeral home and the prison system. That's my issue.
It's definitely the people. Definitely. No doubt about it. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's just unfortunately, it gets overlooked, certainly out of hand in this case. As I said, as I said, I feel for him. I mean, like, when's this gonna stop? Is it ever gonna stop? And it's sad. It does affect people. It has that ripple effect. How do you know? You're just gonna go to a job. Oh, this is gonna be my last day of my job. Causing death.
You can't go to. So if your boss yell at you, you're gonna shoot and kill them because they told you to do your job. If a woman cuss you out, you're gonna kill her because she cussed you out. If a child disrespects you, you're gonna shoot the child and harm the child because you couldn't handle what the kid said. If someone on the internet trolls you and disrespects your deceased family, you're gonna go find them, hunt them down, and shoot them. Like a lot of y'all are unstable as hell. Unstable, extremely unstable. You keep on stepping in the way of God's vengeance. It's not yours to have, it's his. Allow him to take care of your enemies. allow him to take care of those that do wrong by you. But we got a habit of wanting to intervene and handle things our own way. Our own way gets us in nothing but trouble. You can't handle authority. You can't handle jokes. You shouldn't be friends with people who joke. If you're sensitive, you shouldn't be around people who are loud or extroverted. If you don't know how to communicate with people in a constructive way, you need therapy. You don't need to be around a certain type of person. You need to do some work on yourself. Nobody should be dying over jokes. Nobody should be dying over trolling. Nobody should be dying over words. Nobody should be dying over disrespect to your loved one. Just because somebody says something about them or you, that does not mean that there's a warrant for a response. The black on black stuff, the way you're not even serving the country. Y'all just killing each other, just to be killing each other. Like, you ain't even protecting nobody. I can understand if you was saving a child from being snatched up in a van or some shit, or you was protecting someone from, drowning or something like that. Y'all niggas is just out here playing bonanza because of your feelings are hurt. And and these white people, man, they looking at your dumb ass like, yep, they doing the job for us. That's why when you see cases of kids getting hung and shit like that, they do it with such disrespect because it's like, well, y'all do it to yourself so much. You ain't gonna give a damn if we do it to y'all too. And that's coming from me saying it. I digress though.
I'm there with you. I'm there. Like, I understand feelings get hurt and it does rub people the wrong way, but to a cause of death, they take it to another level. Like, I know that we're definitely, it's the pandemic that's actually changed a lot of people. I don't want to blame it, but that made us really just, I reckon it's actually pushed us back as humans.
Pandemic did do a number, but we was already heading in this direction way before the pandemic. Hip hop changed, R&B changed, country music changed, rock changed. I keep going back to the media part of it because when you watch a lot of this stuff, you become it. You don't want to believe you are, but when when you're going to Comic-Con dressed like Pokemon and shit like that, or you're going out on Halloween and you trying to dress like Holly Berry and Denzel Washington, yeah, you are becoming what you consume. I'd be damned if I'm about to sit up here and dress like a whole nother human being. Oh, I'm going to start talking like them or walking like them because you think that by doing what they're doing, you're going to get what they get out of society. We take on attributes and characteristics and model certain things that is just the enemy's design to really keep you ensnared. What else can I say? I just thought the whole video was dumb as fuck. This guy lost his life for the most retarded reason. And the guy who shot him, you are a fucking idiot. You're an imbecile. That was weak as hell. That's not a man. That's not somebody who has autonomy.
It's like I don't understand. Like, why did it have to be escalated that far, or that like you can't explain that. You know what I mean? Like, you're looking for trouble. That's what it sounds like. You're looking for, something to take out your frustration, or you like, were you on the hunt? Are you have to be on drugs. Were you been drinking? You have to be something. And there's some things that
Before, my bad, my apologies. I was scrolling a couple hours before the stream, and I can tell you, I've watched 4 fights, 2 of them in which were women beating the hell out of dudes that they were in relationships with, and then the other 2 were men fighting over some stupid shit. You scroll your Instagram, your Twitter, that's what you're going to run into. So it's not like you can make the argument that it's not there without a purpose. There's definitely intentions behind it. You drinking and smoking or being under any type of influence is not an excuse for that behavior. It's a cop out. It's just your way of reasoning with having piss poor behaviors and patterns that are hurtful to you and everybody around you, and you don't want to do nothing about it. Nah, this is you being lazy. You're a lazy individual who, you know that you have these flaws, you know that you have certain issues with you that need to be addressed. You don't want to work on them. So you avoid accountability for having an attitude problem, for being easily triggered. The list is long. I do self-evaluations on myself every day. So I know if I get off the phone with somebody and I'm in a worse place than I was before, then I have to say, well, damn, how did I handle this? Did I let them get me out my square? Did I let them trigger me? Did I do better with how I responded to this conversation? You got to self-evaluate all day, every day for the rest of your life. But most people don't want to do that. Yeah, I know you got issues. You know you got problems, and you're taking it out on other people. You know damn well you're easily controlled. If you can't handle someone saying things that you disagree with, or they're slanderous words, I'm just going to say most of the United States, most of the people in this country are manipulated and are easily controlled.
You're right. They're tied to some organization. They're associated with the wrong type of people or wrong crowd. They recruit and they cultivate a group and they brainwash you. And that's why a lot of the problems we are having and facing and addressing is that, you know, they've been taught or shown from an ill, from just a mean, just from a demon point of view. That's all it is. You know what I mean? Yeah. There's a lot of people, like I said, when I'm engaging or talking, as I said, it's just, I'm like, oh yeah, how's this gonna go? But yeah, this poor gentleman, it shouldn't be cost of your life. No, big no, big no.
Do you know how this is going to sound extreme? You know how many people that are probably in hell right now who feel dumb? They feel like they feel extremely dumb because they know they were tricked. Everything that they harbored, everything that they submitted themselves to, all of it was just set up to lead them to eternal damnation.
I'm glad. Yeah, I like how you said dumb, the dumb effect. That's all it is. The dumb effect. It multiplies. It just trickles. It just spreads like wildfire. The ones with the brains and trying to make something of themselves or putting themselves through schools, it's complete different to the average. I don't want to say average Joe, but ones that don't want to further themselves or they're too cool for school. Or yeah. It's a lot. It is a lot. A
It's,
lot.
here's the real reality. There's an invisible carrot. I'm using a metaphor. This carrot represents whatever your vice is. There's an invisible carrot that has been dangled in front of your face from the minute you get out the bed in the morning to the minute you go to bed. And that invisible carrot is leading you to a certain destination. And along the journey to that destination, you come across a number of different side missions. Depending on what type of lifestyle you have, that's going to determine what is cultivated out of it. That's going to determine what it is that you're lusting after, desiring, what your identity has been curated to be. I've said this on a million different shows. Most people don't know who they are.
Yep, you hit the nail right there and then.
Bang,
Yes.
bang, bang, bang.
Yeah. They don't know who the fuck they are. And then if you stand your ground or you're not a people pleaser, you're the problem. No. You keep poking the bear. Or if you have a point of view, I'm sorry you don't think, you don't know how to think because you, as you said, dangling the carrot. It is crazy. It's insane. Insanity.
I want to give a quick shout out to Trayon SHHD for following me on Twitch. I don't really be like when I'm streaming, I'm on one little spot. I don't see all of the stuff that goes on over there unless I directly go over there. So for everybody who has been showing up over there, I appreciate y'all. We joke around, and I know we like to be entertained when we get on these apps, and we want to laugh and we want to be distracted by certain things, but like I'm over the lack of emotional control that we have. It's embarrassing. I get secondhand embarrassment because we all been given the same brain, the same lungs, flesh, all that. Everybody got the capability to be better and more than what they are. I don't give a damn what condition you're faced with right now. Truth be told, we all could have been something greater. And if we still getting up in the morning, we still can. But the problem is distraction after distraction after distraction. And then nobody really cares enough to continue to reinforce how this type of issue right here is a problem and is bigger than what people want to admit it is. So my thoughts and prayers go out to that family.
Most definitely. As I said, there is no justification and there's no coming back from this. Like, what is it going to take for this, in order for this bullshit to stop?
It ain't going to stop. Like, all right, I'm going to close out with this. I address these things because I know there's going to at least be one or two people that's going to be able to relate to it. I know a lot of y'all don't give a fuck about this shit. Most of the time, people are just passing time in general. You're at work, you're at the gym, you just need to be, you need your attention to be occupied for a minute or two. But there's always going to be at least one or two that's actually like, damn, I'm glad I'm not the only person that think like this, or I'm tired of this shit too. I'm talking to them. So in the perfect world, yeah, we'd all be in mansions and the government wouldn't be screwing us over. In reality, this is all prophecy. In reality, it's only going to get worse. But in the process of it getting worse, there's going to be a handful of people who see conversations like this, and it's going to change their perspective and maybe pull them out of the traps that's been set for them, or maybe they can start to have these conversations that might help somebody. That's what this is all about. You can't save everybody, and we can't avoid the inevitable. The world is going to eventually come to an end for all of us. It's just a matter of what side of the fence you're going to be standing on, and how many people we can save and how many people we can actually help while everything goes to shit. The Titanic, give you for example, let's just say we are living on the Titanic. That motherfucker is sinking. right now. It's just slowly sinking. And we can't save everybody. Everybody ain't going to be able to get on that boat or on that raft. But we're going to try to save and help as many people as we possibly can before, this is exactly what it is. Then I'll leave it at that.
The ship is slowly sinking. Unfortunately.
I use a lot of foul language, and I apologize. I'll be trying to watch it. It is what it is. Sometimes I just overly get passionate about certain stuff, but I appreciate everybody for pulling up this afternoon, this morning, wherever you at. We got another one for y'all later. Tap in. It's gonna be a goodie. I'm always working. I'm always in the lab. So as soon as I get off of here, I'm going right back to it. I gotta ask you a question after. I'm gonna leave you a message though. But to everybody that's here, be safe on the road. Don't let them stress you out at work. You're not weak. You're not a coward for not wanting to engage in idiocy. It's okay to handle things in decent order. It's okay to have control over your feelings. You can express yourself without destroying and burning everything down. There are ways to get your point across without crashing out. And stop letting society tell you that or dictate what type of human being you are because you don't want to subscribe to the way that they move in this half, man.
And that's what they want. They want to brainwash us. Unfortunately. Mr. Creed, we're just too real. We're too honest. We're too earthy. we need to kind of create our own planet. You know what I mean? In the sense of put goodness into the world. You know what I mean? Shine more light. Allow that kindness to surface. I'll leave it at that too.
Do me a solid before y'all go. Y'all be easy. I'll see y'all later.
Aye.
Mantra, slave song, slave ship, rip skin, maybe rip bones. But no matter how close I am, my ancestors speak. They tell me they're tired as a friend on a slack where weak I haven't been getting sleep. Longing to sing until I surpass peak. Until they think we are equal, please. All I want is peace. My ancestors beat drums until their bones would bleed. Begging that generations remember our story.